that
Welcome to No Kidding Podcast.
Oh, okay. We're ready to go.
Welcome back to this new episode.
This one you're in right now. It's new. Yeah. I'm Lisa, and that's Andrew, and we're ready to
How
talk
dare you.
about... Hey, I'm allowed to introduce you. We're ready to talk about nothing, so get in or get out.
Hey, how are your notes going?
Oh, what notes?
You said 2 episodes ago that you were going to keep, or 3 episodes ago now, that you were going to keep notes and then keep referencing back, so you kept track of the things we talked about.
Yeah, I have notes. They're going
You
well.
do?
I do, but I might have missed some things here and there. And I don't know.
Don't think it's by any means a complete account.
Right. It's basically
But
just...
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I try my best.
What did we talk about 2 episodes ago?
I don't know. I'd have to pull it up.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I don't have
that
the
ready, are you?
Yeah, no, not that ready. I only have what we just talked about the last episode, and then what we're going to talk about this episode.
Ah, okay.
And
Well, that's good structure.
yeah,
I like it.
What are we going to do? So, one thing I want to talk about is the weather, because as you know, being not necessarily the weather. It's not really about that. It's more about the lifestyle that has changed during this lockdown situation. And I have 2 things to say. One, it has ruined my personal lifestyle. I do not do well with health when my lifestyle's changed up. So originally...
That's the first to go.
What?
That's the first to go.
Yeah. So if my lifestyle changes, I cannot keep my health in check. But eventually I will keep my health in check because I'll be so sick of myself not being healthy that I switch and I'm really healthy. But the
Sick of it.
opposite effect has been occurring with most other people who are not used to working from home, or, their lifestyles are more relaxed, I guess, than normal. So
They're like, oh man, I could work out all the time.
yeah, so that's a bonus and a positive thing that's happened. And one thing I just wanted to say real quick, but 1 second because I have to drink water. My throat is so dry. 1 second.
It's so unprofessional.
I'm sorry. I've been talking literally all day. All day.
We could just do an hour and a half of silence if you want.
I don't think they'd appreciate that. Unless maybe they would. Some people
with the
do.
occasional gulps of water.
ASMR with a gulping. But some people like that. Some people need that, I think.
We should create a podcast that's just it's just called Coworkers.
Coworkers?
And it'll just be the audio of us at our desk doing whatever.
Yes.
So they can play it next to them and then feel like they're in an office and they have a coworker next to them.
It's just the sounds
That's
of
$1 million idea.
office. Yeah, that's 100% good. I think people do need that though. They need the permission to be quiet. The permission to sit in silence. And a lot of people will just plug something in and start listening. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it makes sense to me. I don't know. I feel
you may be silent.
I like to be silent personally, so it's not that hard for me, but...
I like silence, but I've reached a point where I've kind of trapped myself where I feel like I'm not doing something if I don't have some kind of audio, some kind of video, and also something to do with my hands all happening at the same time.
So you like to multitask with your senses.
Yeah, I really like to pack it in, but then I end up, not doing so great with any of my senses.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on with the TV. I don't know what's going on with the podcast. I don't know what's happening in my, work. So it's ideal if I can focus and then even have some time, especially shower time. It's silence.
Yeah. Well,
or
that's
taking a walk and just not putting anything on.
Yeah, that's the multitasking curse is you can't be 100% with each thing. Which brings me to one thing that I've been reading lately is, see, we've gotten off track. Let me go back. Let me go back to my original point, or should I go back later? I don't know. We're just shooting and driving and talking here. I'm so confused. Are you confused?
I am so confused, Lisa. I can't even begin to tell you what's going on.
Good, then you're in the right place.
Good.
Okay. What I was getting at before with the lifestyles. Okay, so I read that there's an increase in bike sales, you know?
Okay.
And I know you've been riding your bike more, right? Is that
Yeah.
true? I don't know. I heard that from someone told me that. But
A little birdie told
yeah, a
me.
little birdie told me that. But the bike sales have been had an increase of 23%, and I still, even though I think it's a great thing, everybody's riding around. I like biking. I still cannot get my boyfriend to buy a bike. I can't do it, even though everybody else in the world.
They're expensive.
Well, yeah, but you know,
It can be, at least. A good one.
he's buying other things. So, like, why not?
Wow, those are just things that he wants to do more, Lisa.
I know, but if there was ever a point in time to do it, if there was ever a time where I could convince this to happen, it would be now. Because more people than ever are riding their bikes, and you know,
Hey, come on, nothing else going on.
I've given up though. I've given up that dream of having a little, romantic bike ride. It's gone.
Good.
But
I'm
anyway,
glad you
more
got that out of
people
your system.
also, this is another point, is a lot of people were also riding their bikes who are working versus using the public transportation to like bike to work and stuff, or like other places where they normally would take public transportation. Did you realize that? Mm-hmm. Saving on.
Well, where I think a lot less people are going places during the quarantine, so, or at least those places that they're going to are much shorter distances.
Well, that's true too. But I'm just saying, in this article that I was reading about the 23% increase, they were just saying that because people are kind of afraid of contracting germs in public transportation, so they think it's a safer option to bike. But speaking of that, did you see in the news that the New York subway was getting cleaned for the first time in 117 years? Did you read this?
Well, that's nice.
First of all, I didn't even know it existed for that long. Really?
Yeah.
117 years.
That seems like
Secondly,
a long time, I guess. For I guess that trains have been around that long, but the technology to tunnel like that, I don't know.
I know. I didn't really research further. I took their word for it.
You're like, how about that?
How
The more you know.
about that? But my first question was, how? How has it taken them that long to clean it? Why don't they rotate out cars or something so that they can...
Easy, the same reason I've never cleaned my desk.
Ew. That's a lie.
You just keep, cycling stuff over it, and the paper is sliding across it.
That's your cleaning? Oh boy. Yeah. We have some talking to do later on. Okay, so we were talking about something else, and I was going to recommend something.
A desk cleaner?
No. Well, we were talking about multitasking. Go ahead.
They don't even have the infrastructure for, they don't have, employees and stuff with... I mean, cleaning is cleaning, but, they don't have, an on-hand staff that's, used to cleaning the subway in particular. Is it like the cars, or is it like the whole tunnels and everything? Like the stations, are they going to be cleaning those?
I think they're just cleaning the cars, where people sit
the
and
rail cars.
Yeah.
But then, what about the stations with the benches and the turnstiles?
I think those they clean regularly. I think, but that's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't assume anything at this point.
That's true. You can't assume anything. That's
given the information we just received.
That is true. Actually, that brings me to my point where we were going before with the multitasking and my recommendation, because I read this book. It's called The Four Agreements. It's been out there a while. Some people have probably heard of it before. But basically, it talks about how you should never make assumptions about anything. So true. Yeah, but it has a lot of interesting stuff.
I mean, it's hard to never make assumptions about anything.
I know, that's kind of its point, though. You can't, nobody's perfect, so don't hold yourself to some crazy standard, but just try your best. And actually, that's the fourth agreement. Actually, I don't know, maybe that's the third agreement. I don't want to get them out of order. It's one of the agreements to try your best. But anyways, I was going to say that it kind of relates to the multitasking thing, because you're trying to do your best, but you can't do your best with everything if you're splitting your time through everything. But
Right.
anyway, it's an interesting book. I recommend it, but it's a little woo-woo. Like some of it, I'm just kind of like, okay, let me just get through this. And it's also kind of repetitive, where they keep saying the same thing over and over, kind of like it's written by a child. So it's very
Trying to beat it into you.
yeah, it's like repetitive, but also not too. It's not written. It's very simple, a simple read is what I'm getting at. But then out of nowhere, it'll have this like transcendental point that makes you go, whoa, you know? And it's a very true and valuable point. So it's like, first I'm thinking, oh, this is like kid stuff and this is that. And then out of nowhere, it's like, bam.
It's like,
gotcha.
Bam, nugget of knowledge.
Yeah, like a pure, good nugget of gold. And so I was thinking about that, and I was like, basically, this book is like talking to a child, because kids are the same way. They just ramble nonsense, but then every now and then they punch you with some deep truth that makes you just want to recheck your whole existence and perspective. You know, like kids have a way of doing that, where it's like, oh, that kid knows that kid's got some good knowledge,
some valuable insight
Yeah.
into the. He's got his finger in the Ethereum there.
Yeah.
He knows what's beyond the veil.
Because kids are so honest and pure, and they're like, they see things the way they are, and they're just like, look, girl, this is the way it is. Like, you know what? That is the way it is. Now go back to your nonsense. Anyway, that's what I took from this book, but I recommend it. It's a very short, easy read for the most part, but it gives some good.
I feel like self-help books and business books, and I feel like there's a few other, mostly nonfiction, but like there's a lot of books out there that like they get into some like, you almost start to feel the like weirdness of the author. He starts to delve into some things where you're like, you're a little weird, huh?
Where you start
like it
to
gets
really,
into like
yeah.
some strangeness, and you're like, this is definitely a person. I'm finding some of like the deeper personalities of this human.
Then you're not
Like,
so
embedded
sure
in
if
this
you can get on board with him, or you're like, I don't know
You're
if I
like,
really want
is
to
he gonna
align
go
myself
too
with
far?
you. Yeah, is he gonna go too far? Is he gonna cross my boundary of what I find acceptable? And then I have to completely negate everything I've already agreed with in this book. Like,
You're like, wait, this guy's insane. Never mind. And closes the book and be like, I need to unindoctrinate myself.
exactly. I need to read something else. Erase my memory. Anything else going on? Anything else new?
Yeah. I've been watching Ozark.
Oh yeah.
I got through 2 seasons so far. Well, I'm almost done with the second season.
Okay.
I think.
Good.
And it's pretty cool.
Those are
Pretty good show.
Those are the 2 best seasons in the entire season. It goes downhill pretty quickly, but enjoy.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thanks for that information.
Enjoy. No, that's just what I've heard. So I have also watched the first. I think I've watched the first 3. I don't know how many there are. I think I've watched the first 3.
I think there's only 3.
Oh, really?
Maybe there's 4.
I feel like there's more. Let me find out. Seasons. Okay, so then I've probably watched the first 2, but I put it on hold for a while. And, oh yeah, I guess there are 3 seasons, so maybe the first 2. Now, what I've heard, just from the grapevine through...
Well, that just sounds like they had a bad season then.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So I've been reluctant to keep on watching because of that, but I shouldn't let other people's opinions sway me.
That's it.
Yeah. So I should keep on going. You're right. Because I did it.
Yeah.
I did pretty much enjoy it for the most part.
You're welcome for that nugget of knowledge.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm like a child
Yeah.
with my wisdom.
So I got a new desk chair today.
Got a new desk chair?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Herman Miller Embody?
I wish. No. Desk chairs?
Well, everybody knows what that chair is.
I don't even know. I honestly don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's a really nice ergonomic chair, right? It's an office chair?
Accurate, yes.
Yeah. I think I do know what it is. Just telling you I don't, because I might be wrong. So
Because you don't want to sound like a chair nerd.
I don't want to assume that I know. Or that too. Maybe I don't want to be a chair nerd. But chairs are at an all-time high in sales too, which seems counterintuitive to like the bike rate. The bikes are at a all-time high, and the chairs.
Well, really, can a bike be considered a kind of chair?
It is a moving chair. You're right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Think about that.
Yeah, think about that, guys. Yeah, so that's what I did today.
So that's what you. So you just finished the purchase.
No, it got delivered today.
Oh, so have you put it together? I assume it comes disassembled.
It's disassembled. I still have to put it together. I haven't had time to do that yet, so I'll do that.
Well, you can't even give me the full review.
I can't. But
I hope it at least cost you $1,500.
Oh my gosh, this chair.
Or else you don't have the kind of quality of the Embody.
No, okay, I see. The Embody chair is. Oh my gosh, it's $1,595. That's crazy. Who would spend that kind of money on a chair? And this doesn't even look comfortable.
It's supposed to have like all the perfect pressure points and could totally conform to your back and be the most comfortable chair in existence.
Really? I would definitely have to try it out before I bought it. But let's be real, I would never buy it. So I would
This is one of those things that's both very expensive and very highly recommended.
By whom?
Just anybody who you talk to about chairs, they're like, "Oh, you need to spend the money. You got to do it.
Well,
you got to get the Herman Miller Embody."
They say you should spend the most money on the things that you use or do the most. So if you're sitting in your chair all day, every day, maybe it's worth the investment. I don't know.
Sounds like you should spend that money on a bed.
On a bed, yeah. See, that's another thing. You should spend money on a bed, or if you're on the couch a lot, a couch. If you're on a bike a lot, spend that money on that bike. But this chair does get, wait, what is it? 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars it got. Oh. Almost 5, but not quite.
Not quite. Better up your game, Herman Miller.
No.
So what'd you get?
Mine is like a gaming chair.
Oh, you got like a racer?
Yeah, something like that. I don't really actually know the brand.
This is supposed to be pretty comfortable. I like the mesh backs though, so.
Yeah, I could see where you're going with that because I like breathable.
It's got to breathe.
Yeah, I like I got the fabric one, so it's supposed to have more breathable material, I guess, but
right.
I don't know. It took me probably like 2 weeks to actually fall on this chair because I did a lot of research and everything, and honestly, it had enough of the features within the right price range. So that's basically how I came to it. And I actually was planning on getting a different one that was similar, but then I saw this one that had the fabric, and I felt like I would want fabric more than...
You got to go with the fabric.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that not a lot of brands have fabric of, but I feel like it's really important.
What?
Headphones.
True. Yes.
I really like fabric headphones, but like I don't know, it seems like every headphones I look at have like leather or something, or like some kind of like pleather, or like kind of like plasticky looking like ear cuppers.
Yes.
Ear muffs.
Yep.
What do you call them? Ear pads.
Ear pads, suction pads.
And not only do those like I feel like they just trap in the heat at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They also like peel after a while. Like once they start to get old, they just start like
with all the sweat,
like, little flakes of them like peel off.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe you got to get really good quality ones.
But I feel like the richer you go, the more they're all just that kind of leather or whatever.
That's true.
Not leather, but I don't know, like a thin, pleathery, plasticky thing. I have like probably some of my favorite headphones just because they're really big. They like encapsulate my giant ears, and they are fabric based. Or the Logitech G1s, I think they're called. They're the ones I'm wearing right now, and they're just so nice. They have the fabric like meshy, spongy ear pads.
Yeah,
so good.
That's nice. So they're bungee. They're like they bounce or what?
Yeah, they're kind of spongy, so like they're just soft and nice.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's good.
Do you like? I don't understand people who wear like on ear headphones. Like, you got to do over ear, right?
What do you mean? On ear versus over ear? What's on ear?
Yeah.
What's on? What does that mean?
Like they rest on top of the cartilage of your ears. Like they basically like they're like ear muffs. They like squish down they like press down on your ears.
Oh no. Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta they gotta go wide so your ears go in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it.
Yeah, of course.
But they make on-ear headphones.
I don't believe that. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
Who would want to do that?
Yeah.
It's just people who want to squish their ears, I guess.
What's crazy?
And then there's the whole open back versus closed back. But
Open back? For headphones or chairs?
yeah.
Oh.
No, headphones.
Oh.
You can get open back headphones, and they're supposed to give you a more like full sound. Like it's supposed to sound like, you're in a room and somebody's playing the music rather than it's just like being played directly into your ears.
Right.
But it has the downside of everyone around you can hear what you're listening to.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. Yeah.
How do you feel about noise canceling?
I like them.
Yeah.
But I do get that, like, because I have those. That's what I have. And it's actually a little hard for this where I'm talking, but I can't hear myself. So it's really kind of, I don't know how loud I'm talking. I don't know if I'm talking loud enough. I don't know. It's weird. So I don't love that part. And also when I'm watching something or I'm doing something, Mike will come in the room and he'll be standing behind me in the dark and I won't even know. And that bothers me. Not necessarily that it's him, but that anybody could do that. Like, yeah.
Like a roach.
Or, yeah.
Call back to last episode.
Anybody, anything.
Maybe that black widow's right behind me and I wouldn't even know.
Slightly terrifying. Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to take into account while you're getting headphones. But there you go, murder factor.
Yeah.
You got to put up like a mirror or something.
You're right. I should. That's exactly what I should do. I never really thought about that. Very true.
That's fine.
I like that idea. I could use a mirror right there, but I don't.
But then what if somebody sneaks in from the bathroom?
What if I'm constantly looking at it for movement? Like, I'm like,
you're just like,
I see something and I'm like, what's that?
They say your peripherals are better for detecting movement than the center of your eye.
Oh, that's probably true. That's how spiders are.
Why you gotta bring up spiders?
Well, it related, so. Okay, so, sorry, I was just making some notes.
Of course, you got to keep track of everything that we're talking about.
Obviously.
And you got to write down all these things for the show notes. The embody chair, you got to put that in there.
Oh, true. Did I put that in there? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's could be a sponsored link. Never mind. Let's hold out.
Hold out.
Let's keep them.
Maybe they'll send us one
dry.
for free.
Yeah, maybe they'll be like, hey, you need to try out our product and become a huge sponsor, and we'll pay you millions of dollars. And we're like, well, we'll think about it.
Like, let me try it out first. And then, maybe I like it, maybe I don't. 4 stars. Yeah, so I'm excited to try that because I am currently sitting on, for my chair, for my desk, which I've sat on for the past 2 months for work since I've been working from home, is just a kitchen chair, which is there's 0 padding. It's literally like
Lisa,
not wood, but
what do you even do at that desk?
Metal. I don't know, but my bottom is starting to really
wait. You have like a desk and a computer set up.
I do. Yeah.
Butt's flattening out.
It's flattening.
Pancake butt. Yeah. That's a real. That's the hidden casualty of COVID-19.
Oh yeah, exactly. Pancake butt.
So you have that set up. Why didn't you get a chair for it?
Well, because I will only sit in this chair normally like a couple of hours a day before this whole thing happens. So it really wasn't that uncomfortable.
So you're like, a super uncomfortable chair is perfect.
Yeah, because then I'm like, well, I don't want to have to sit here that long. And if I don't have a comfy chair, I won't sit here that long, right? It's like a motivator.
Oh, so it was like a deterrent, really.
Kind of, yeah. I was like, let me just get what I got to get done and get up and get on with my life. But now I'm forced to sit here for long periods of time, all day, every day. So, and Mike just bought a new chair, so that's what prompted me thinking about it. And I was like, oh, well. And actually, he was the one that was pushing me to do it. He's like, you should get one. And I was like, I don't know. So he basically, he's usually the one that pushes me to buy things. So that's how.
During the whole quarantine thing, I set up like an impromptu thing for my girlfriend, like a impromptu desk setup, so that she didn't have to like work on the couch from her laptop.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's just kind of funny because now that she's going back to work, like once they're kind of reopening things, and this is the stage where she's like, I should get a real desk set up. So she's like shopping for a desk at this stage.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny when you think about it and then you're just like, oh, Yeah, let's get a good version of this.
Right. You kind of have to try out the bad version. That's kind of how life is in general. It's like you just have to worry. You have to work in the mess before you can really elevate yourself to the cleanly prize or whatever, like the golden prize.
That's your golden nugget of knowledge.
Dropped. Mic drop. Don't quote me on that because that was a horrible quote.
I'm going to get all the babbling and the backtracking. It's perfect. Good podcast material.
But it's true. Like, people tend to, like, now, they're just now starting to, like, with us in the chair and her in the desk. But, you know, we're going to all go back to work in, like, a week or two. And then we're going to regret those purchases. I don't know. Maybe not.
No, you'll just have a nice desk setup. And then if you ever see... Here's the thing, though. We're thinking, right, that this will lead to more working from home. So
true. That would be so nice. I don't know if that would work in my line of work. I hope so. Like, that would be so nice. But I just don't think that it would be approved long term.
Yeah.
I wish. I really do wish.
I mean, you're in a whole other situation where it's even like, I feel like you're 2 steps removed from working from home, where you're like out in the field.
Yeah.
You go places.
I will be honest though, and this is kind of a good thing and a bad thing, is that I do think that this might work for, like, if I'm sick and I can't physically go into work, but I can present some kind of therapy over through online. So yeah. I won't, because I only get paid if I'm physically with a patient. So it's like if I'm sick and I can't physically see them, there goes my paycheck. So it would be nice to have a backup plan so that I can still see them, but not physically see them. That might work. But then at the same time, I'm going to be sick and I'm not going to want to see them. And but then they'll say, oh, but you have this ability now. So why don't you just
hop on the camera?
And I'm like, ugh, like, I don't know. It could be a blessing and a curse is all I'm getting at. Who knows?
And also, you won't even get your paycheck because you're still not physically there.
Well, that's true. But if I can get approved for it, then I would. As long as I'm seeing them and treating them or whatever. In some way. So.
In some way.
Yeah. But yeah, so how are things other than that? You have some plans this weekend. Some things coming up. I thought you did. Or maybe I misheard. But it is Mother's Day. What? Do you have any Mother's Day ideas?
I just asked my mom what she wants to do.
Really? I asked my mom what she wants to do as well.
Well, what did your mom tell you?
My mom told me 2 things. She said...
Oh.
She said we could do a...
First, kill your brother.
Yeah. Get him out of the way. Actually, it was close. She said...
Once he's out of the way.
Yeah. She's like, well, because we originally thought, well, we'll do something virtually. So we'll do like a virtual Zoom quiz / scavenger hunt game thing online. So instead of like the games that we normally play, like Jackbox or a video game, we would just get together and then we would have quizzes like trivia. We would ask each other questions, or one person would have trivia and then we would tally up who got the most answers right. Or we would have a scavenger where we say, okay, everybody go get this item. And the first person to bring the item back gets the point, kind of thing.
Very impromptu game.
Yeah, I was kind of just like throwing things out there to do something different than what we've been doing. So... and that mom might enjoy more. So, and I thought it would be fun if we all had our own little picnics. So, like, we were all in on our own little blankets, like either in our living room or outside on our lawn. But then I was like, well, how are we going to do a video call outside if we're not on Wi-Fi? I don't know. It was a lot of planning. Wow. So, anyways, then my mom said that
keeping up the ruse.
She's like, oh, well, Andrew's not going to be here this weekend.
So it'll be even better.
So you guys can come over and we can do something outside, like on the lawn. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Like just because if he's not there, then we can come. But if he's there, then we can't come. I don't know. It was just
I'm the risk factor here.
like
I'm the diseased
What
one.
are you not telling me? Like, yeah. So she's like, we got rid of him, so now you can come.
Yeah, I carry all the COVID-19 with
Oh
me.
my gosh. But I don't know.
Just a cloud of
because
plague.
I've actually been sick the last 2 days. I was sick with a little cold, which seems crazy because
Yeah, that's insanely.
well, because I've been isolated for the most part. So, but as we've talked about in previous episodes, I have a
Yeah, where did that come from?
very
Lisa?
low immune system. My immune system sucks. Like if I get near anybody with anything, I'll get it. No matter how much sanitizer, no matter how much hand washing, no matter how much I avoid, it happens, which is okay. I work with kids, so let's just leave it at that. Like your mind can go crazy with how much I get sick. I get sick a lot. Okay.
They are little. It's like their job is to spread disease.
It is. That's the whole reason they exist, honestly, and to drop little nuggets
and to become us.
And to
and to drop little pieces of knowledge.
Yes, right, and right, of course, to grow up to be you and me, only. So, yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, I've been under the weather, and so I don't know. I feel pretty good now, like right now. So by Sunday, I think I'll probably be good. But at the same time, I don't want to risk, spreading anything.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're asking for it. Those kids. They gave you so many
Not the kids.
diseases.
I'm talking about mom.
You get out there and infect them. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you guys need more germs. Spread your what is it?
Wings.
Yeah. Spread your wings and go forth and go forth and do your bidding. Whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. It's late. What
There's a fair chance that a child might be at that event. If you were to.
What event?
If you were to.
Oh, that's true.
If you were to go see mom.
I forgot there would be a little cherub child there.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. So that's all. I don't know how we got talking about that. Oh, we were talking
the Mother's Day plans.
Yes, we were talking about.
You said she gave you 2 ideas.
Yes.
And that was just one of them.
And one was excluding you. But are you actually going to be there? Or are you not going to be there? Are you going away or are you staying?
Should I stay or should I go?
Should you stay or should you go?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
I wish I had the rest of the lyrics to follow up with that, but I don't know them.
Should I stay or should I go now?
Yeah, but what else is there other than that?
If I stay, there will be trouble.
Oh, you got it!
But if I go, there will be double.
That's not right at all.
I don't know.
That's pretty good, though. It was better. It was more than I knew. So come on and let me know.
There you go. See, we got it.
Yeah.
Now we're demonetized because we ripped off copyrighted material.
Exactly. We'll just have to source it somehow.
Sure. We'll just get a hold of the agent for Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, is it on there?
Yeah, that's like it's like part of the plot.
Oh.
That song. They play it through the dimensions. And have you seen that show?
Yes, I have. I just don't remember that.
Ah, well, there's a part where William can hear it through the dimension.
Oh.
Like his brother's playing it.
Are you a big fan of that show?
Hears it from his room. Yeah, it's an awesome show. I love the theme. They're bringing back 80s hardcore for like the world.
Oh yeah.
And they're really doing up the whole nerd vibe. Gotta love that.
Yep.
Gotta love nerd vibes. And the whole redemption story of Steve Harrington.
Yep.
The apple of our eye.
Sure.
But what about that Hopper?
Yeah, he's got
burly guy.
He's got a thing going with the girl with the thing, and they've got a thing.
Yeah.
And he's really nice to the other thing, which we don't know if she's a girl or a thing. So. Yeah.
Or a waffle.
Or a waffle.
She could be a waffle.
She could be. Speaking of waffles,
People who haven't seen this show are like, what are they talking about?
Everybody's seen this show. It's fine. Speaking of, do you like waffles or pancakes?
I'm definitely a waffle
You're
guy.
pro waffle?
I'm pro waffle.
Okay.
They have little pockets for the syrup.
I can see that. I can get on board with the pockets. But it's very thick and dense.
Yeah, even more to eat. What about a Belgian waffle?
Belgian waffles are even bigger, aren't they? Aren't they like the biggest?
Yeah. They're good.
I'm more of a pancake person. Because I feel like you could do so much with pancakes. And you can make them in so many different ways. Like with different flour. You can use different flour.
You can make cornbread pancakes or cornbread waffles.
Yes, you could. But
you can make blueberry waffles.
Yeah, but most of the time you just put the blueberries on top.
You can have chocolate chip waffles.
I will say that one place that does waffles good is IHOP. They have like a variety.
The one place.
Yeah, the one place. Oh, and Metro Diner has some.
Oh, Metro Diner. They have cornbread waffles.
They do, that's why.
With your chicken tenders. Oh, and they have, they have the ones with the pulled pork.
Yeah.
And the mac and cheese.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So I feel like I could do waffles with savory, but pancakes are more like sweet. So maybe I like them both just for different things.
What about the syrup pockets?
You could still have syrup with it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're basically designed to be sweet treats.
Maybe they could be sweet and savory. Because that's another thing is like I think waffles are good with ice cream cones. You know, like the waffle cone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, they're basically the best at everything is what I'm hearing from you.
They can be savory, they can be sweet, they can be used on cones. That's true. They have.
So what's your argument for pancakes again?
I secede to this argument. I lose.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for. My smug sense of satisfaction will carry me through the rest of the night.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just so easy. Like from like what do they call them? Continental breakfast. Oh my gosh, so easy to make a pancake or a waffle there.
That's true. When you're at like a hotel or something, and they have the
they have that little machine that's like it's already preheated and everything. I need one of those in my kitchen.
I don't know. I guess it's like I don't taste a lot of flavor with most waffles they have. I feel like they're flavorless almost. But maybe
I mean it's just a cake basically.
Yeah, but I feel like pancakes have more flavor. I don't know. I guess you can like both just at different times for different things, maybe?
Fine. I'll give you that.
Okay.
You can do some pretty awesome fat stacks with pancakes.
That's true.
You can't get fat stacks with waffles.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but it would be really fat stacks. They'd be too fat.
Too fat for that.
Exactly.
Okay, what other this or that? Do you have any other this or that?
Oh, this or that?
Yeah.
Shorts or pants?
I have to say both. I cannot pick.
You can't do that. This or that.
I can't.
You laid the rules out here, kid.
If I had to choose, I think I'd pick pants. But honestly, like you can't choose in Florida because you have to have shorts in Florida because it's so hot. You go to the beach, you go swimming, you can't wear pants, but you can't wear shorts out to dinner or in the winter. I don't know. How could you choose?
You gotta wear pants.
Well,
you gotta wear pants all the time. You sweat it out. It's a hot box during the summer.
No, you do wear pants all the time though. I don't think I've ever seen you in shorts.
Oh, you've never seen my legs?
I don't think so. Well, not since you were probably like, I don't know, 10.
What if I had like full tattoos all the way down my legs?
You could. I would never know.
And sometime we go to the beach and you're like, what?
Oh, yeah, that's not true. I did see your legs the last time we went to the beach. That's a lie. I remember now. Because remember you pretended to be what did you pretend to be? Like a little
unicorn.
Like a snorkeler out of water.
Snorkeler out of water.
But it was kind of like a penguin because you were walking because you had the flippers on your feet.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were going.
So we were on the sand and you're walking around on the sand with the flippers on your feet.
I didn't really pretend to be a snorkeler out of water. I was a snorkeler out of water.
I guess so. I don't know if you were pretending to be anything, but that's what you look like. Was a penguin walking around.
Yeah, it gets real awkward when you accidentally shovel up some sand with your flippers.
And flick it in someone's face.
Well, and then you can't really like take your next step because you're weighted down by sandbags.
Yeah, you're trying to be a good
and you're
good
like,
humor.
my feet are now spoons.
Well, all good sport.
Yeah.
That's fun.
How do you like the beach? This or that? Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
See, isn't that just a Florida opinion to
I
have?
think so because yeah, we can go to the beach anytime, but the mountains are special.
I don't know. A lot of people here love the
That's
beach.
true. That's why they come here though. But I don't know if they're. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Um, the beach has its place. Just, don't get me wrong. I like the beach.
Yeah, away from me.
Yeah, I think I like the beach more than you like the beach, but I will say that I prefer the mountains far more than I do the beach. So
there you go.
But then again,
what a bit of beachy mountain.
I've only been. I think the only beach I've ever been to is a Florida beach. So if I go to like, because I've been wanting to go to Greece or maybe Australia someday, and I've heard that those are magnificent beaches. So
I mean, Florida's got some pretty nice beaches as far as the world's concerned.
That is true. They do, and they're beautiful. I like them, but yeah, I'm definitely a mountain girl, and I would love, one of my bucket list places to go is Canada. And
interesting.
Yes, they have such beautiful mountainous trails, and they have just like pathways that are suspended in the trees.
Beavers.
They have beavers. I think we have beavers, don't we?
Yeah. They have beavers.
Okay. Sure. So I don't know. Maybe you'd want to go to Canada one day with me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice vacation. Unlike a beach, unlike an island. Who would want to go to an island? It's just salt water in every direction.
Yeah, actually, Mike and I started not following. He wouldn't follow it, but he showed it to me, and he said he had to close it. It was a Twitter account, okay? And I forget what it's called. It's called something about the ocean or the beach or whatever. And it basically shows
something about
no.
the ocean.
Okay, let me find out the actual one. I'll go to my Twitter. But I'm not I'm not on Twitter that much, so this might take me a minute to figure it out. Okay. Following 14. I have 14 followers, guys.
Oh,
that's
good.
So sad. Okay, so What's Underwater is what it's called. And the actual @ is underwater vids. So it's videos of things under the water. Anyways, he had to stop watching it because he does not like the water at all, like the ocean. It terrifies him. It's like, so
yeah, it freaks a lot of people out. I mean, like open ocean, and like depth.
And it does me too, but not to the extent. Like, I can go scuba diving and be, as long as I know kind of like that it's safe area based on other people doing it. So, whatever. But I'm not going to go deep sea where nobody else is in, where you can't see or things like that. Like, that terrifies me. And the fact that we know less about the ocean than we do about space, kind of thing. Like, I think that's a real thing. So there's so much undiscovered things underwater, and there's so many strange creatures underwater. I love watching videos of it. That doesn't terrify me or anything, but I don't want to be physically there with it, I guess is what I'm saying. It's beautiful, and it's it's like a whole nother world. It's so crazy how the creatures down there are so alien and so unique and so crazy. Like that one, what's it called? Cuttlefish, I think. And it changes colors. It like...
Yeah, like the little squid thing.
Yeah, and it actually like sends out these radiating colors throughout its skin. It changes and it does it to mesmerize its prey, to get them to like stop and like look. That's crazy.
What the heck is that?
Like, that's crazy that an animal can do that. I mean, I don't know, but there's so many fascinating animals under the water. But at the same time, it's terrifying. It's a terrifying place. So he had to stop watching it because we started watching the shark encounters.
Okay,
and there was like somewhere like this guy was deep sea diving, and he was like kind of in murky water, which why would you do that? I don't know. But he was in murky water, and he was being filmed, and he was looking one direction, and from out of nowhere, this great white shark comes and bumps him in the back of the head.
And he's like,
and then like swims off. And he had no idea that this thing, like, you could not see probably like 2 feet in front of you. So there was no way for him to even see that this thing was coming. I don't know that. So that threw him over the edge. He was like, nope, can't watch anymore. So he went on to do his things, and I kept watching different stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So now that didn't terrify me too badly because, okay, no, I say this. I've never been in close proximity to a great white shark. They're huge. If I were, I would be terrified. And same with a killer whale, a wild killer whale. There's a video of a guy on a paddleboard, and this killer whale just comes up and just like starts sniffing around his paddleboard. And I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of like, my heart would be pounding. But think of like if you fell in the water.
I probably thought it was a seal.
Well, he's probably just curious, like, what is this thing? You know, but what if...
It probably looked like a seal from, like, down low, and then he comes up, he's like, it's not running from me.
Yeah, right?
Like,
yeah.
Comes up, he's like, there's another life form on
But
this.
imagine if you fell in the water right then. Like, imagine if he bumped it, and you lost your balance, and you fell in the water. Knowing what I know about killer whales, okay?
Let me tell you this. At that point, it didn't matter if he was in the water. Like, he was as in the water as he needed to be.
Right, true.
That surfboard was of no like barrier to that.
No, not at all. But I mean, but you still like you feel a little bit of more security on top of the board than in the water. But here's the thing: there's zero instances or reported instances of a killer whale ever attacking a human being. Like, if anything, they've tried to save humans, just like dolphins. So
yeah.
With that knowledge, even with that knowledge, there's no way I wouldn't freak out if I fell off that paddleboard and into the water. No way. Like, I don't know. There's just this fear that goes along with it. And same with great white sharks. Like, great white sharks are apparently pretty docile when it comes to humans. Like, they don't go out of their way to attack them. And I guess there's also different depths that you have to be in the ocean in order for them to attack, like, to think that you're food. I don't know if it's like at the surface or if it's deep, but I think the deeper you are, the less likely they are to attack you. Or is it the opposite? I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of conflicting information.
That is something I should probably look into. But, but like, apparently sharks really aren't that quote unquote dangerous, but they're perceived to be because of like people who feed them and get too close to them, or, you know, sometimes they'll attack surfers because they mistake them as food.
Right.
I mean, things happen. But with that said, there's no way I would want to be anywhere near a shark because of that very reason. Like, you never know. You don't know.
Raw power.
Yeah, like, you don't know if he's going to mistake you as food. You don't know if he's going to get curious and take a nibble. You don't know. So it does, yeah. So do you like snorkeling, or are you just like, get me out of the ocean, I never want to be in there?
I mean, honestly, the best part about the ocean is not the beach. I really hate the beach.
Yeah.
I don't really mind the ocean so much. I would prefer not salt water, but, you know, what are you going to do? We live on the planet we live on. I'll move the first chance I get.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's I would say my most fond memories of like beach trips are the furthest I get from the beach, which is usually like out to sea or something.
Yeah.
Like, people get freaked out by that kind of stuff, but it's a pretty cool feeling to like jump off of a boat and be in like a floating in the abyss, essentially. I mean, it's kind of a disconcerting feeling to some people, but it's
yeah,
it's really something.
It would really depend for me. Like, I would need some what's the word? Just assurances, I guess.
Assurances.
Yeah, like, obviously they can't assure that something won't attack you if you jump in the ocean in the middle of the sea, but
so you want a diver's cage.
I would like to have some assurance that we know kind of what's under the surface, you know, like, but that's hard to do with the ocean. Like, but I agree with you, like, being on a boat out in the water, I don't really love just laying out on the beach and stuff, because the older I get, the less I like being in the sun that much. It's really hot here in Florida. So, like, if you're out on the beach in the summer, I mean, you can only be out there for like 20 minutes at the most before you're miserable. And
yep.
Yeah, and to Mike's point, he says this all the time. And there is actually a comedian who came up with this, but basically it's like, why would people go into something that's constantly spitting them out? You know, like you go into the ocean and it just wants you out, like it pushes you out. So it's like, that's his reason for never going in the ocean. But
I don't know. I'd rather not go into an ocean that pulls me in.
yeah, that's true. There are riptides that do that. So
yeah, that sounds spooky.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the odds of you encountering like animal like that in most of the ocean, I mean, it's so vast that it's pretty unlikely that you'll come across an orca, but
oh yeah, I know.
Obviously they exist.
Just depends on like, because there's not a lot of orcas in Florida, but it happens. And I actually would love to have a close encounter with the orca, but maybe not on a paddleboard or in a situation where I could get flipped into the water.
At like SeaWorld.
No, not at SeaWorld, but like I could be in a boat, like a fairly decent sized boat, not like on a paddleboard. Like I would love to see, maybe, you know, from a distance.
They're pretty sadistic, I hear.
Yeah,
so
they are. That's true.
I don't know if I'd want to get tortured to death by an orca.
No, of course not. But I mean, they probably wouldn't do that because you're human. So, but what was I was gonna say?
Probably wouldn't torture you to death.
Probably wouldn't. But then again, like when you're in the mountains, you have animals there that you kind of have to look out for. And
well, you have like bears and wolves and stuff, but you're in your home turf, so I feel like I could fight off at least a wolf if I had to.
What about a bear?
Bear would be tough, but you know, you just go for the eye. You
know what's weird? And I feel like I should have known this, but I recently learned this. Actually, I learned this, I think, from that YouTube channel I was talking about last episode. The Brave Wilderness.
Little Toaster.
The Brave Wilderness. That was it. So, did you know? Okay, let me ask you. Which bear do you think is more likely to kill you? A brown bear or a black bear?
Brown bear.
That's exactly what I thought. Okay, so this is not true because brown bears are huge. They're like bigger than black bears, and their claws are insane. And I just feel like they would be more aggressive, especially with their kids or whatever. But basically what they say, or what he taught me, was that if you encounter a brown bear, you're supposed to use bear spray, if you have it, to like stun them, which is basically a strong version of pepper spray, you know?
Right.
But if you don't have that, they say to curl up in a ball and like get in the fetal position and cover your neck, just in case he like scratches you or something on your neck too deep or whatever. But he says basically what they'll do is they'll just come over and they'll smell you and they're just curious to see like what you are and whatever, and then they'll move on. They'll like walk away after a while.
You'll be like,
but they
weird defense strategy.
Yeah, but they might like
I respect
they might try to move you, so they still could hurt you by like, but they're not they're not intentionally trying to like hurt you. But
like I just want to flip you over, see what's the other side.
Yeah. What's going on this side, roly poly? But black bears will attack you. Like they will fight. So they say with a black bear, if you can't get away or you can't get to a safe place, you actually have to fight the bear.
Get ready.
Yeah, like you have to fight him to the death.
Whip out your switchblade.
Yeah, exactly. You better
tape
have
up those hands.
Something to protect you.
Put up your cuffs.
Yeah. Could you imagine a fight with a bear? I don't know. That'd be terrifying. But yeah, which is crazy.
I feel like their right hook would be much better.
I feel like you and me, yeah, exactly. We would encounter a black bear far more often than we would a brown bear.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like that's good.
And it puts into perspective how there'll be like a black bear up in a tree in like, I don't know, Cades Cove in Tennessee. Yeah. And we've seen people like crowd around those trees and taking pictures and stuff and being like, oh, look, a bear up there.
I know. Some people get way too
Little
close.
kids like throwing rocks and stuff.
That is a pet peeve of mine when people get too close to wild animals just for like pictures or to see them or something. Like these videos of people completely disrespecting the animals just to get close to them. That annoys me so much.
And then you see like some dad being like, look, son, and like picking him up and like shoving him into the
yeah.
tree.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Excellent.
Like, please be kind.
And rewind.
Well, anything else you got going on?
Yeah.
What?
So how do you feel about Blockbuster going bust?
What are we back in the 80s?
80s? Please, those were going on in the 2000s.
That's true. That's true. That was quite a while. Actually, I feel like I heard something about Blockbuster recently. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm okay with the Netflix. I feel like Blockbuster should have got on board with the digital age, but that's why they went under, because they refused to adapt. That's evolution in a nutshell for you guys.
I'm glad I got that out of you. So now, another quick nugget of knowledge. What's the cheapest pizza you will go?
You're talking about like brand wise or how cheap, like money wise?
Yeah, like both.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I think the cheapest pizza I've ever had. Well,
and enjoy. I mean, like that you would actually buy.
Okay, so you know Cece's Pizza?
Right.
I've had that, and I would eat that.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
Yeah, I mean, it was good.
That's good cheap pizza. I'll say I'll go to Little Caesars as well.
Yeah, same. But I'm picky about Little Caesars. Like, I prefer them to be thin crust because their thin crust is pretty good. But have you tried their new? They have a new pizza out that has like not cheesy, but like flavored crust. I think it is kind of like a cheesy flavored crust.
A Little Caesars? They got that technology?
Yeah. Believe it or not.
They also came up with the pizza portal,
true. That thing is genius. Have you used it?
I have not.
It's genius.
I have not had the pleasure of using one.
You need to do it. I guess you have to wait until this crazy lockdown is finished, but...
Well, maybe this is the perfect time to use one.
Maybe, but you could just have them deliver it, because they deliver.
Yeah.
But, or yeah, if you don't want to endanger, like, delivery people, I guess you could. I don't know. It's crazy, because they basically just send you a code on your phone. You walk in, you type in your code in the portal, open it up, and you got your hot pizza right there. That's it. You don't have to interact with anybody. Nothing.
Don't have to talk to a single person. That's what I love about this new world that's evolving.
you
less and less do I even need to interact with another human being.
Thank you, world. Finally.
This is the thin end of the wedge for the robot takeover. I couldn't be more on board.
Me too. I'm with you there for sure.
We're gonna get rid of all these workers, and we'll just have robots making us pizza 24/7, and money will become a non-issue, and we'll all just live happily ever after the end.
Speaking of these machines that make stuff for you, another thing that I've been kind of watching on YouTube when I eat dinner or just like kind of in the background, there's this girl that, oh gosh, I wish I knew her name. I wish I could recommend this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. But basically, she goes around, and her husband or her boyfriend or whoever, there's a guy and a girl. So I'm assuming they could be brother and sister. I don't know.
We know that's a winning team.
Yeah. Hello. That was weird. But sometimes it's just him, but most of the time it's both of them. And the girl is the only one that goes on screen. So he's always behind the camera, but sometimes you'll see him with his hands, or like he'll be on his own. So you just never see his face. But anyway, one of the things that he does when he's on his own is he'll go to different, so I think they live in Japan, and their whole thing is food related. So they try like all different kinds of food places, like restaurants, street food, all kinds of things. But sometimes he'll go to places that are purely vending restaurants. So the entire restaurant, everything is vending machine. So like full on meals that you just type into your vending machine, and then it
like I want pasta carbonara.
Yeah, but it's usually not like freshly cooked. It's pre-packaged that it just heats it up, and so it is like a vending, it's not like the best quality, but they have that. But then they also have ones where it's like, speaking of pancakes and omelets and stuff, they have these robots. They're so cute. They like, I'll talk about the omelet one, because
not spiders though.
You go and no, not at all. That you go and you pick out like the things you want in your omelet, and then you put them in this little bowl, and then you push the bowl into the machine, and then it's all glass so you can see it, but there's this little robot in there. He takes your bowl, and then he puts 2 eggs or 3 eggs or whatever on this like cooking thing, puts the bowl of stuff inside, and then he has this little spatula that he grabs and he, flips it all around and back and forth, and he makes you a little omelet. And it's so cute, but it's so crazy to me how like perfect he makes it, and how grabbing each individual item, it's just like perfection. So it's that kind of stuff's really cool. That just made me think of that. But this girl is so funny. So not funny, but like in a cute way. So basically she goes and she always takes the first bite. They never talk. They don't say anything through that. They'll put like,
Weird.
they'll put information, like words. They'll type out the words and the information in English.
Uh-huh.
But like at the bottom of the screen. But the best thing about her is she takes a bite, and then her facial expression after every bite is just so cute. And she'll either, you can basically tell if she likes it, if she doesn't like it, if just based on her facial expression. But 9 times out of 10, she loves everything that she takes a bite of. So it's so cute. Like I wish that I could, let me see if I can find it, because I really want to share this girl because she's so cute. But,
cuter than the robot or no?
Yeah, she's cuter than the robot, but the robot's cool.
Cuter than a spider?
No. Yes. A spider's not cool. So, gosh, I don't even know what to type for this.
Cute girl eats food.
Oh, good idea.
I'm sure that won't get any results other than what you need.
Yeah, I don't even know. Let's see if I can find it. You can fill some space if you want.
All right, guys, what do you think about sediment? How do you feel about sedimentary layers and carbon dating time periods based on excavating layers of sedimentary and taking core samples? Huh? You guys big fans of that?
That's quite the transition there.
Good stuff. Well, I figured the best thing to fill space would be dirt, right? So let's talk about that. Ba-dum.
I don't know, and I don't think I'm going to find it because I don't watch it on my YouTube channel. I always watch it on Mike's YouTube channel, because here's the thing with
see, that's what gets you.
Yeah, because we have we have those, what's it called, Roku. And I know you can switch between users, but we just never do. We just always open.
But who has the time?
Right. I mean, yeah, and plus usually he controls what we watch when we watch TV, so I don't know. He'll know who it is. Let me see if I can just ask him.
I searched Japanese couple eating food, and it came up with 2 cats.
That's not it, I promise. And they also go to Disney, I think, a lot. So, oh, you know what it is? I think it's Dancing Bacons. Let me check, make sure that's her. Yeah, it's her. So it's called
Dancing Bacon.
Dancing Bacons.
That, I mean, hey, that sounds like something that would draw me in.
Yeah, right. I assume it's the same
jiggly
couple.
Jiggly cake cutting. That's almost like a tongue twister. Say that 3 times real fast.
Where the heck did you read that?
It's one of her videos.
Oh, really?
Their videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to watch it. She'll learn into. She'll love it. Because especially the girl, she just makes me smile. But yeah, that's my...
Through sheer facial expressions.
Yes, exactly. That's my recommendation for this week is check out Dancing Bacons. They are adorable.
I love how there's just infinite content on YouTube. Like,
true.
Well, who are these random people from Japan that like we couldn't know less about?
Right.
But they're making some quality content over there.
Yep. I mean, there's so many things. It's like even one of my patients, he's so excited because his parents have finally agreed to let him become a YouTuber.
Oh boy.
I know. They bought him a camera. It's coming soon. It hasn't been delivered yet. And basically, the only way they agreed to it was if he would use his YouTube channel to add value to people. And the way he's going to add value to people is he's going to read stories to them. So his channel is going to be about reading. And the reason is because he is not a very good reader. He struggles with reading. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. But the point of it is to encourage him to read more and to find some reason to read more. And so and he's totally on board with it. He's so excited about it. So hopefully it will do 2 things. It will help his reading and it will entertain people. And, you know, he's like, his reason for doing it is because he wants to help younger kids learn. So he's teaching younger kids than him.
That's awesome.
So yeah. So he has a little brother who is like 2. And so he's like, I want to teach kids like my brother how to read.
And there's millions of people all over the world constantly having ideas about what kind of content to make.
Exactly. So I thought that was sweet. And looking forward to subscribing to him soon as his third.
The wide world of content creation. So many options available.
I know. And the thing is like,
wait,
I never can think of anything.
Do you not know how to read?
Me?
Yeah. You said you were going to subscribe to his channel.
Well, I could always use help, you know.
Everyone can use help.
Sure.
Dude, this video of them like making bread, it's mesmerizing.
See? That's what I'm saying.
I love craft videos.
Craft?
Yeah, just like watching somebody craft something.
Yes, and this is one reason why I've loved TikTok. And I know people hate on TikTok, but like I've said, it's a lot more than what people who bash on it say that it is. Because I've seen a lot of like bashing on TikTok videos and people on Twitter going crazy, and they always pick the videos that are cringeworthy and stupid. And there's some really stupid TikToks out there, don't get me wrong. Like really stupid. Like, what are you doing with your life? Please do something else. I'm on board with everybody.
They cannot make content.
Yeah, like you think you're making content, but you're not. Oh, which reminds, actually, you might like this guy too. I'll bring him up in a minute. But back to the crafting. So there's so many crafting videos on TikTok that are so cool. Like people.
Minecraft?
No, not that kind. Well, there might be. I don't know. I've never seen one. But just crafting in general, like teaching crafting. People.
But they're super short, aren't they? How do you teach somebody something like that?
You can. Surprisingly, you can. And sometimes they do more than one part. So they'll have like 3 videos that say part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you can learn a lot, and I think it's like a 60-second video, so they just cut the most important parts. There's also a lot of chefs on there that teach like cooking tips, which I've learned a lot. Yeah, I actually learned stuff on TikTok. But back to the cutting people down or whatever. Okay, now I have to remember his name. So he basically does this thing where he makes fun of the internet. And
all of it? The whole internet?
Pretty much. Like anything that's terrible on the internet. He will have commentary on it and just kind of tear it down. But most of it is accurate, so it's kind of funny. But in tiny TikTok formats? No, this isn't TikTok. This is a YouTube channel. This one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like iDubbbz or something?
What?
iDubbbz?
Is that
or
somebody?
I'm just trying to think of people that make fun of people on the internet. H3H3?
No, it's not him.
No. Wow.
He is, I think he's used to be a Twitch streamer, or maybe he is a Twitch streamer, but we found him because he was making fun of a Twitch streamer. And
Wubbly?
No.
What's his name?
No, that's not it. The memory games we play.
This whole episode has been you figuring out.
Yeah, that's
names.
Basically my life is trying to remember things. Because he did a video about making fun. Have you heard of this sport? I guess it's called the slapping sport, where they just
slapping
sport.
Oh.
So
I mean, that sounds like some dumb stuff I do in middle school.
Yeah, basically it is. I couldn't watch because it was too disturbing. But basically, they take turns slapping each other's face. Like, so one guy will slap the other guy, and then they'll change, and then that guy will slap. And the first person to fall, or not fall, but like give in, loses, and then the other person wins. So this one that I was watching, that this guy was making fun of, was this guy. He was basically like a hillbilly guy, and he fell down probably like 20 times and like passing out. Like he was really shaken up. Is that how you say it? Shook up.
He was shook.
He was shook, guys. And
all cap spaces in between.
And he wasn't even getting up to keep going, but his posse, like his friends, the people that were on his side just cheering him on or whatever, kept picking him up and holding him.
Like, you got it, bud. Yeah,
like just holding him there in place. It was crazy. Anyways, so that guy's name is Penguin ZO.
You gotta incur some brain damage at that point, right?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is not worth me watching. Like, he's just hurting himself, and I don't understand that. I will say that I've never been a big fan of the fighting stuff, like kickboxing and wrestling, stuff like that.
Oh, this guy's a memester, I can tell. I mean, he already is referencing Penguin Club, I think. So
he's referencing what?
I think his name references Penguin Club.
What's that?
Like the kids game.
Oh, is it?
That people meme about a lot.
Oh.
I
don't even know what that is.
If I had to guess. If I hazarded a guess. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah. So that's things I've stumbled upon in the last couple weeks. Just some tidbits for you there. He is pretty vulgar, though, so just so you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these guys, this is... Wubby has interesting videos. He's a inflammatory individual.
Wow. Is that him? With the green mustache?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. He just looks, what did you call him? Inflammatory?
Yes.
He just looks inflammatory.
He loves to find anybody and everybody he can rag on.
Make fun of, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's also H3H3. But
is that another YouTuber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a pretty popular podcast nowadays.
Wow, really?
Actually, I feel like, yeah, the H3 podcast comes up first when I look up H3H3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. Oh, he was on Hot Ones.
Really?
Yeah, H3H3, is this Hot Ones? Yeah, First We Feast. It's him.
How funny. It's crazy to me how many people have been on that show, Hot Ones.
Oh, it was both of them. There, because it's like him and his wife, I want to say. Yeah, so it's two of them.
That's something. Like, sometimes I wonder about people getting wives.
What?
You know, like how some people, like, I mean, I guess there's somebody out there for everybody, but there's some people where I'm just like,
no, these two are made for each other. Like, if you watch the show,
how have you managed to?
They are quite the couple.
Well, that's good.
Power couple.
Good
right
for them.
There you go. I'm just gonna send you the channel. I don't really have a particular video that I want to point out. Vape Nation is pretty good, but that's their headliner. So.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's got 27 million views. Imagine if you had a video that got that many views. That's insane.
Oh my gosh. Is that because it's on the front page or?
I mean, I don't know. Let's go to their videos. I wish you could, can you sort by views? Most popular.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most popular.
Most popular. The top one is Vape Nation.
Of course.
But the next one down is Finally Saw Colors. It's the colorblind.
Oh, is that what you were
cuteness
talking about that
glasses.
one day? That we were talking about colorblindness on here?
I have talked about these glasses, but this was not the video I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
However, it has 20 million views, so stack up to that.
True. That's really crazy. It also blows my mind.
Oh, it's got iDubbbz in it.
What's that?
One of the other guys I was talking about.
Oh my gosh. They're all friends.
And, yeah, they all know each other. They all hang out in each other's now like Los Angeles mansions.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, it blows my mind. Some of the YouTubers out there who have so many followers and views when they're just the most ridiculous things. Like,
that's exactly why they have.
Well,
so many
I guess
followers.
that's true. I guess that's true. Like
the more absurd, the better.
The one of the channels that the penguin guy was making fun of was about a kid. Well, he was like, like high school age. And he has this channel, and his whole thing is shocking and awing people into believing the most outrageous things. So the video that he was specifically targeting was the guy said that apparently there was multiple videos leading up to this, but he said that he purchased a box from the dark web, and he had no idea what was in this box. It arrived that day. But like 20 minutes of the video was just him hyping up the box. And also like why there's no such thing as like this dark web that he was talking about, but I don't know. But anyway, it ended up being a box that was just a regular box, no writing on it except for his own writing that had a big DW on it. And he's like, I don't know, this box says DW. What do you think that means? Do you think, of course, it means dark web. It's like so obnoxious. I'm like, and then he opens it up and it's basically just stuff that he had found in his garage. It's just the most random things, like like Halloween stuff, like potions and like fake stuff. I know. And then he takes out this like old Egyptian cat or something, and he's like, "Look, guys, there's holographics. What are they called?
Hieroglyphics.
There you go. I can't even say that word.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hieroglyphics. Anyways,
Sure.
those
Let's go with
things.
it.
This comes from ancient Egypt, and I can't believe this must be worth $1 million or something like that. And it's just so silly that I'm thinking that the only people that must be watching this are like 5-year-olds. That's the only audience I can imagine this for.
No, the other audience are these YouTubers that make $20 million or 20 million view videos that just riff on all the like cringiest, obnoxious, absurdist content on YouTube.
Oh man,
it's a giant snake that feeds itself with its own tail.
oh my gosh. And here's the thing, I can't ever think of any content to put online ever. Like I can never think of anything, and I'm like, well,
let me tell you, when you do, it'll be better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I always feel like, oh man, there's nothing I can put out there that would be really worth putting out there. But then,
see, that guy had that same thought, but then he said, "I'll do it anyway."
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like more power to him for actually doing it.
I guess. He's probably laughing stock at this point, but
I don't know. He's got some pretty loyal followers. So
here's the thing: would you even know if you were one of those people? I don't think you would.
That's
I
true.
think you would put up that content and think, man, that is awesome. Like people are going to be freaking out about that. And then people are just like, this guy is a freaking idiot.
Oh
and then
my
he's
gosh.
like, oh, what?
Wow, that's true.
Sad.
The internet.
The internet. What are you going to do? Can't live with it. Can't live without
Exactly. It is entertaining.
Oy. Very good. I'm glad we discussed all of the internet and bottled it up for our listeners.
Yep.
I think it's time for me to eat.
I think so. I think we've done our job. We've podcasted.
We've done our duty.
We've done our duty. We put it out there like this. This is probably the most ridiculous form of content. We've talked about nothing. Probably.
And you know what? Some YouTuber is going to make fun of it and make millions and millions of views.
It will just be
perfect.
The schmucks that were brave enough to put it out there. Aren't you proud of yourself?
Yes. I can't wait to be the laughingstock of the internet.
That's right. Somebody has to be. Why not us?
That's what we'll name this episode. Laughingstock of the internet.
The laughingstock of the internet. That's right. Good choice of words. We'll end on that.
That's what this episode was dedicated to. All those laughingstocks.
Yep. All right. Until next time.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Later, gator.
After wild crocodile.
See you then, Siskilibin. Is
Is
that an animal?
No, that's never been uttered. That will be the new animal. The next time an animal is discovered, it'll be called Silibin.
Siskilibin. Yeah.
Based
perfect.
on this episode. We've now added value to the world.
Yeah.
We've named a species.
To be continued.
Say cheerio, not goodbye. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.
Well,
Cool.
yeah, cool.
We did it.
We always do it. We do it well. To the best of our ability.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another YouTube video.
Doing it well. That's going to be our next episode.
Cuts in.
Just skip right in.
All right.
All right. Later. Bye.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
See ya.
Enjoy.
Get lost.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Wait. Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm done. Yeah. Whatever. Go. Bye.
Bloop.
I love you. Bye-bye.